The Trump slump in cross-border travel has shifted from a temporary dip into a full-scale structural realignment. According to the latest figures released on Monday, April the 13th, 2026, by Statistics Canada, the retreat of the Canadian traveler from the U.S. market has officially reached a staggering 35% decline compared to 2024 levels. What was once the most reliable source of international revenue for the U.S. economy is now a multi-billion-dollar hole that shows no sign of closing. The death of the American road trip. For decades, the automobile was the lifeblood of the Canada-U.S. border. That era is fading. In March 2026, Canadian resident return trips by car fell to 1.38 million, a 34.9% drop from the 2.13 million crossings recorded in March 2024. Even on a year-over-year basis, road trips are down another 4.5% from 2025, suggesting that the boycott is not only sustaining itself but deepening as we move further into the second year of the administration. The overseas flip intensifies. For the third consecutive month, a historic shift has held firm. Canadians are now more likely to fly across an ocean than drive across the 49th parallel. While air travel to the U.S. saw a 13.8% year-over-year decline, Canadian resident return trips from overseas destinations climbed to 1.5 million in March, a 4.9% increase. This isn't just a reduction in travel, it's a redirection of capital. Billions of dollars that used to flow into border states like New York, Washington, and Michigan are now being spent in Europe, Mexico, and the Caribbean. Economic carnage in the hospitality sector. The numbers on the balance sheet are grim. Lost spending. Forbes recently calculated the hit to the U.S. economy at $4.5 billion since the boycott began. Flight capacity cuts. The aviation industry has already surrendered. In Q1 2026, airlines slashed 450,000 seats on Canada to U.S. routes. Ultra-low-cost carrier Flair Airlines led the retreat with a massive 58% capacity cut, followed by WestJet at 19%. Job losses. With nearly a quarter of all Canadian travelers, roughly 23%, canceling previously planned U.S. trips, the U.S. Travel Association's earlier warning of 140,000 lost hospitality jobs is no longer a hypothetical risk. It is an unfolding reality. The elbows-up reality. While American visitation to Canada actually saw a 4% uptick this March, the lopsided nature of this trade relationship is hurting the U.S. more. According to Longwoods International, Canadian sentiment toward the U.S. remains at historic lows, with 62% of travelers stating they are less likely to visit in 2026 due to political rhetoric and border friction. The data confirms that the shopping day trip and the weekend getaway have been replaced by a quiet, persistent refusal to cross the line. For more on the economic fallout of the 2026 travel boycott, check out the link in the description.